Good morning, y'all. This is Marlene Bush, and this podcast is Stitching by the Lake. I am in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and today is January the 1st, 2023. This is my third time to try to start this video. The first time, I completely forgot a couple of things I needed to say. I didn't get very far into it. And the second time, I was just barely getting started when a couple of dogs wandered into my yard, and I could see them from here. And anyway, it was funny, and I just had to get off. So I'm going to try to start again. Lots has gone on since my last video. That was November 6th, and I typically will make one once a month. Thank you to those of you who have messaged me to check on me and to tell me you're ready to see another one. I appreciate that. But, you know, life just gets in the way sometimes. And so I will explain all of that at the end of this video. I'm going to do a life update then. So those of you who just want to see the cross stitch can get off when you get ready. Not that you couldn't get off when you get ready. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh. I've got so much to show you and to tell you. I had the... Real quickly, I had the best time last week. I got to get together with 3 other ladies to cross stitch out at Hot Springs Village, which is about, a 40-minute drive for me, but worth every minute of it. We had the best time. I had a wonderful, wonderful time getting away from home for a little while. I'm not getting out much lately, and so it was really nice. And we're going to do that every couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to it. I have all kinds of finishes, a few fully finished objects, not many, and some whips to talk about. So I'm going to get started on that. I've even gotten some statistics together to tell you about what I did this last year and a goal that I met. I'm going to start off with fully finished objects, and I told you there were not many of them, and there are not. And 2 of them, I'm going to open up my phone because 2 of them, shoot, I lost where I was at. There they are. 2 of them I don't have. I made a couple of Christmas stockings, and I'll show you both patterns. They're both from Delaney Woods Treasures. A little bit of a glare. It's almost a spring day. We had such a terrible cold spell in November, and now here we turn around and have spring. I'm worried about the flowers trying to bloom. Both of these are by Delaney Woods Treasures, and this one is called Christmas Stocking number 3, Mrs. Claus. As always, when I do things like this and make changes, and I did make some changes, then I get through and I wish I had done a little bit more or a little bit less or whatever, but I'll show you. This one has Mrs. Claus and a toy sack and a few little toys and a moon up here. And then this one is called Reindeer and Holly Stocking number 4. And this one has reindeer and has Merry Christmas at the bottom. Some stars. This picture is of the reindeer and holly. Okay, let's see what I can do here. I'm so sorry. I know that's a terrible picture. That color is not showing up at all. Let me tell you what I did. This one is on 32 count antique sampler. So it's kind of a mottled brown. Not going to show up well. I added a name here. This one was for Milo, who is my youngest great-grandchild. I added a heart down at the bottom, some more stars, a couple of buttons on that one. And then the other one, Mrs. Claus, is for Raven, so her name is on there. And again, I added a couple of different things and some buttons. The thing that I wish I had done is to make the top border on those wider. I ended up enlarging the stockings as well as the other additions that I did. But that's okay. I'm going to use those patterns again, and I will add to them next time, and I'll know better. They're not quite as cute as I wanted them to be, but you know, grandmas, we always want things to be cute for our great grandchildren and our grandchildren. I have two other cross-stitched, fully finished objects. One is Prancer. This pattern is from Hobby House, and I stitched it on a 28 count country mocha with Belle Soie Schoolhouse Red. I did this one. It took me 2 days. Did it in November, the 24th and the 25th. I just loved this pattern when I saw it. And I made it into a pillow. I changed the color a little bit. They had the tree in a gold. Let me show you. I can compare. You can compare this way. Okay. They have the tree kind of in a gold, and I changed it to a green. And changed the little vase just a little bit. Just some minor details on that one. Put some red rickrack on it. This is my backing. It's not a solid red, although it reads that way. It has a little bit of a darker red stripe to it. I love this one. And then my last cross-stitched, fully finished object is In the Meadow. It's by Colorado Cross Stitcher. It's this one. Now, when I got this from her, she sent buttons for all of those trees, but I have chosen to stitch the trees, and I used some of those buttons on the stockings that I did. This one is stitched on a 25 count antique white. I used the bird button, but I stitched the trees. This is on a red stripe, but a little different from the other one, and I added a green, light green, sagey kind of color rickrack from Lady Dot Creates. And then one other little finish that's it's not my cross stitch. I had an antique handkerchief that had some holes in part of it. I love to buy antique handkerchiefs when I'm going through the gift shops, antique malls and little thrift shops and things. So I saw Laura from Brenda and the Cereal Starter posted a picture of a handkerchief used to make a strawberry. This one is cross-stitched, not mine, and it is tiny. This must be 56 count or something like that the handkerchief was. You know, the linen that you get handkerchiefs from. Anyway, whoever did this did a really beautiful job. And I cut it out and made a little strawberry. Put a white button on the top. And these are just pins with the pearl tops. And I put them down in the button and put just a dot of glue under there. This red is wool. And that's it for all of my fully finished things. However, I do have a couple of finished things, like a bunch. Now, don't get excited, because these are small. They go from small to very small. If you remember, I've been working on Madame Chantilly's Christmas ornaments. There are 25 of these. I had completed up through, I had done 9 of them, I think, at my last video. So this time I have done number 10 through number 16. And I will show you those. These are being done on, I believe this is Wedgwood Lugana for some of them. And the rest of them are on Picture This Plus 28 count Ariel, I think. All of these that I'm going to show you today are on the Picture This Plus fabric. This is number 10. And he's hard to see unless you're up close. He's a polar bear. Number 11 is the little bunny with the polka dotted mushroom. Then number 12 is this white mitten with the red trim. 13 is a poinsettia. 14 is a horse-drawn carriage. I can't see what I'm showing y'all. I hope you're getting this. 15 is this little guy with a heart around him. He's holding gingerbread, and he has a little Christmas tree on his sweater. Let's pull this up a little. There we go. And then number 16 is a little girl ice skating. I really am enjoying these patterns a lot. And the pattern, I think I told you, but the pattern was loaned to me by a friend, and I really appreciate that. I'm hoping to get these done maybe in January. I don't know. But it could be February before I finish them, so I can get her patterns back to her. Another FO from November. Sorry, y'all, fumbling here. Is this one, Be Ye Thankful. That's what the pattern looks like. It's by Brenda Gervais. I did this one in, let's see, I started it in August the 12th, and finished it November the 18th. And I stitched this on a 36 count fabric, but it's a surprise fabric because I have no idea what it is. But it did turn out really cute. I used the call for threads. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this one. You know, I have so many pillows. I love making them, and I love having them. Oh, there's a little thread on there. But honestly, I'm running out of space. Running out of places to put the pillows. But I also don't have much wall space. I don't know. It's a dilemma. And then, I guess a couple of weeks before Christmas, I don't remember when I started these, I decided I wanted to stitch some little bitty small pillows to give to friends. Well, they haven't made it by Christmas, but then my Halloween ones didn't make it by Halloween either. So eventually they will arrive at their destination. And what I did was just go back to some patterns that I had, some blackbird designs and some things like that, and find words, Christmas words, and stitch just those words. For instance, this is all on 28 count flax. I stitched Oh Holy Night, and I did 2 of those. And this will just be a long, narrow pillow. I did one that's just Merry Christmas. I did 2 that are Ho Ho Ho. I did 3 Silent Night. These are all with Schoolhouse Red. And I did 2 from that. This is from the Blackbird design pattern, Joyous Noel. Hopefully next week I'm going to finish those. Since I still have a couple of the Halloween ones to finish. They're probably just all going to go together. All at the same time. Maybe I should just do a year-long medley. You know, maybe do an Easter one. Anyway, okay. The next thing I'm going to show you are some whips that I've worked on. Some new starts. A friend sent me this pattern and the fabric and the threads for this. It was such a treat, such a wonderful gift. This is GGR, and it's called A Christmas Duo. I've started on this one, The Song of the Angels. I've not gotten very far because I only stitched on this one on Christmas Day. I decided I wanted a couple of new starts before the new year. So this was the first one. And all I've done on it so far is the cross at the very top center of that. This fabric is 35 count Witchell lamb's wool. And if you stitched on lamb's wool, you know it's stiff. But I have found that if you stitch in hand, it's really difficult. I do not do that. I'm not able to stitch in hand anymore because of hand surgery that I had. But when you stitch in a hook with a lap frame, it doesn't really matter how stiff it is. It works perfectly, as a matter of fact. The second start that I had was on December 26th. And this pattern is from Heartstring Samplery, and it is the verse from John 3:16 and 17. And again, I used Schoolhouse Red, Belle Soie. I love that color. Obviously, y'all can tell that. And I am stitching this on a 34 count ACLL white.
Here's what I found.
Whoops, Siri's trying to talk to me. And I started in the middle, so that's what I got done on that one. Most of the time I only stitch in the evenings after supper. Occasionally over this holiday season I've been able to go in, you know, at 2 or 3 o'clock and stitch for a while. I don't know how I stay so busy. I just do. And then, goodness, I just dropped the card that was on this. Oh, this is the one this is the Halloween one that y'all have seen before, but I started another one, another cat. This is on Nutmeg. That's his start, and this is what they look like when they're finished. Look like that. I've shown you this before. But that's how far I've gotten on him. And I have stitched, he's number 4. I got sidetracked on this one. I started it back in September with good intentions. But we all know what happens with good intentions. And then this is a whip. You've seen it before. It's Joyous Noel by Blackbird Designs, and this pattern was loaned to me by a friend. She gave me a goal of July, so it'll be finished by July. I was stitching with a friend who has already completed hers. I, on the other hand, did not do that. I just didn't make it, y'all. But I have added a little bit to it, so let me show you what I've gotten done. Lots of threads hanging on this one. And that's where I am right now. This one I am going to keep out. I'm going to start on it today. start back on it today. And I'm going to stitch on it until it is completed. And I'm saying that with one caveat. This whip is January Wordplay by Brenda Gervais. That's the wrong one. Here we go. I started this one last January. And I need for it to be finished because it is now January again. So I've been working on this one for a couple of days, and I think I can finish it this afternoon. I'm planning to stitch this afternoon, so I'm hoping to have it done. All I have left on this one, this is on a 36 count, but I don't know what color it is. It is complete over to, like right here, 2/3. And since I have Cocoa, January, Sled, and Mittens to do, those words, those are fast. I can do those really quickly. I only think any time taken will be for the trees, 2 trees here and 3 little ones there, and 2 big snowflakes, and a bird. No, 3 birds. No, 2 birds, because I've already done that bird. I really think I can finish this afternoon. And then that would mean that tonight I could get back to Joyous Noel. Now, I also want to say, I really, really wanted to have a new start today. So, I'm struggling, y'all. I want to have a new start, and I want to start back on Joyous Noel. What would you do? I don't know. Okay, got to move all my little tubbies around here. Okay. I think that is about it for cross-stitch whips, FFOs, and FOs. So let me give you some statistics for this year, because I'm really excited about this. Statistics may not make y'all excited, but it does me. I'm a math person. When 2021 was over, I carried into 2022 19 whips, and I only completed 5 of those. I had really, really hoped to do twice that many, but I didn't. And many of those are big things, like a Savior's Praise and stuff like that. So anyway, I had 14 whips. I have 14 whips left from 2020 and 2021. Actually, it's the years those were done. The oldest one I started in February of 2020, and it's Winter Rose Manor. So, out of the 19 whips that I came into this year with, I have 14 of them left still to work on. This year, my goal was to have 76 starts and 76 finishes somehow. I met one of those goals. I had 82 starts, 82. Now, lots of them were little bitty, but I don't care, they count. I only completed 71. I needed to do 5 more and I would have met both goals, but I didn't make it. So, I have 11 whips left from this year. So, the 14 left from last year, the 11 from this year means I have 25 whips going into this year. My biggest goal this year is going to be to cut that number in half. I want it to go down to 12, at least 12. I think I can do it. I know I could if I quit all these new starts, but you know, the new starts are the most exciting. Well, maybe not the most exciting, but okay. I'm going to show you a couple of other things. A couple of things I forgot from last time. Some gifts that I have. A friend stitched my initial. Isn't that the cutest thing? I'm going to put buttons in here. And I also got this little pincushion mug for fall. Just adorable. And then I got different friends, y'all. This wonderful bag. I've seen these. You can stitch on them. And it's a wonderful size. And look at this little flower in this. I don't know if it's a coaster. I don't know. Pressed flower. I love it. So thank you to all of those who have thought of me and sent cards and notes and gifts this year. It's been a tough year. I'm just going to say. Just been a tough year, y'all. That's it for my cross stitch. I'm going to do a little quick life update for those of you who are interested. If you follow me, have followed me in the past, you know that Jerry had, my husband, Jerry and I have been married 58 years. He had a triple bypass October the 3rd and had some issues in the hospital, was in ICU for a couple of weeks. But he is doing so good, y'all. He's doing really, really well. He's going to cardiac rehab 3 days a week now. He's getting stronger every day. We are still not getting out much because his immune system is still a little bit compromised. And our doctor has suggested strongly to us that we not get into big groups like church, for instance, or funerals or things like that until after January is over and the worst of flu and COVID and RSV and strep and all those things that are so contagious have passed us by. So we're trying to honor that. Now, we have put on masks and gone to Walmart or Sam's in the early morning when there aren't many people there. And we've had family gatherings. Our children are very cautious, and they're wonderful about taking care of us. So far we've remained well, and that's a good thing. When Jerry was in the hospital, he was very sick, and he could not get up and down by himself. He couldn't get in and out of the bed, in and out of the chair. So I had to lift him a lot, and in doing so, I aggravated an old lower back and hip issue that I had, 3 or 4 years ago. That is not getting much better. I'm having a lot of pain, limping badly, having to use a cane almost all the time right now. I'm taking steps to take care of that. I do not need a hip replacement. That's not the issue. I do have arthritis that has aggravated my left hip joint. And I have sciatic issues that are pretty bad. But I'm going to the chiropractor. I'm going to the massage therapist and trying to avoid heavy medications. I know from experience that time will take care of this. It just takes a long time. Other than that, I am doing great. I feel great. And am looking forward to 2023 with enthusiasm and joy. And I think good things are going to be happening. My kids are all doing well. All 3 of my kids are educators. I think I've told y'all that before. My oldest daughter started a new job this year, and she and her husband are doing well. Jeremy, her oldest son, has also started a new job in the last month, and he and Catherine are the parents of Kate and Cora. You remember that I kept Kate for a year. Kate is now 5 years old, y'all, and is in kindergarten. And Cora is 3, and just a delight. Lori is our second oldest. She too is in education. She goes back and forth to Colorado a lot because she has a friend there. Her oldest son is Jacob, and his wife is Jessica. And Raven and Milo are their 2 children. Jacob has just quit his job and is going to be staying home this year, taking care of the kids. He's going to be stay-at-home dad, and I'm so excited for him. He really wants to do this. The kids are 4 and 2 now. They've just bought a big house with 3 or 4 acres, and they're planting a big garden and doing all those kind of things. And Jessica's working on her doctorate. She's a research scientist, and I couldn't begin to tell you what her degree's in. Rusty is the youngest. He is a football coach, and his wife is a teacher. Their oldest is Addison. Addison is, she just got engaged a few months ago and is starting her last semester of college on January the 3rd with an internship she's going to teach as well. Lainey is a sophomore. I don't know. Sophomore. She's on a dance team, and they're going to Orlando in February, so that's fun. And Andrew had a birthday on the 30th, 2 days ago, and turned 14. And oh my goodness, they're all grown, aren't they? Thank goodness for great grandbabies. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any babies. We got to see all of them at Christmas and had a wonderful visit with every one of them. And we are truly blessed, and we feel those blessings and are thankful for each one. It is amazing what getting to see family will do for you, how it uplifts your spirits. And I hope that all of you got to at least touch base with family over Christmas and New Year's. If not personal visits, then maybe on the phone, or texting, or somehow getting to visit with each person that you love. That's it, y'all. That's all I've got, I think. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. I hope that I'll be able to get back a little bit quicker this next time. I think I said that last time and it didn't work out, but I'm going to try. And I'm hoping to have some finishes to show you then, and I look forward to doing that. I hope to see you guys soon. All right, bye-bye.